Sam C. Sam C. Hey guys. Okay, it's been too long. It's time to take a little scooty ride. So, this episode of Riding Scooters in the Mountain, no, that's not right. Short stories with a little scooter. That sounds better. Today we're going to continue on with the temptation of Harringay. Okay, let's talk about this little ride. It's an all-dirt gravel road ride, and we're going to end up with a picnic on a hill under a tree. So there you go. You couldn't ask for more. If you did, you'd be asking too much. Okay. Let's get back to this story. The temptation of Harringay. Now, we just barely got started. And if I keep jammering, we're not going to get very far again. But that's okay. Okay, so this guy's some kind of an artist, and he's working on a portrait of an organ grinder, I believe is what he said it was. And he's kind of making this thing like something that's like a real entity in his house kind of thing. He's talking to it, he's giving it shit. Hey, don't look at me sideways, that kind of thing. So I think he's kind of losing it, and I'm betting that's where this is going to go. All right, so let's just pick it up here where he's talking to his head painting. Okay, here we go. I'm hanged if the thing isn't sneering at me, said Harringay, and he still believes it sneered. The animation of the figure had certainly increased, but scarcely in the direction he'd wished. There was no mistake about the sneer. Vigil of the unbeliever, said Harringay. Rather subtle and clever, that. But the left eyebrow isn't cynical enough. He went and dabbed at the eyebrow and added a little to the lobe of the ear to suggest materialism. Further consideration ensued. Vigil's off, I'm afraid, said Harringay. Why not Mephistopheles? But that's a bit too common. A friend of the Doge, not so seedy. The armorer won't do, though. To Camelot. How about a scarlet robe and call him one of the Sacred College? Humor in that, and an appreciation of Middle Italian history. There's always Benvenuto. Let me try this again. Benvenuto Cellini. Not even close. Can't even be even reasonably close. There's just no way. All right, let's take a look at this scooter ride. Oh yeah, we just boogieing around in the dirt roads around Big Lake, and there's a lot of dispersed camping areas, and people set up camp and camp all summer long kind of thing. All right, well, I just saw we just switched over there, and we's cruising on this forest road. Now this goes from the pavement over by the Sheep's Crossing trailhead on 273, I guess, and it goes all the way to Greer, and it crosses over a couple of the major trails, and so you can always meet somebody who's hiking if you need to. I kind of use it as a shortcut and something different every once in a while to go to Greer from Big Lake or from Wynn. All right, so let's get back. Here we go. He described, Cellini Harringay, yeah, whatever that, but Benvenuto Cellini there, with a clever suggestion of a gold cup in one corner, but that would scarcely suit the complexion. No idea what he's talking about there. We'll just let it go. He describes himself as babbling in this way. See? There. We're not the only ones, okay? Babbling in this way in order to keep down an unaccountably unpleasant sensation of fear. The thing was certainly acquiring anything but a pleasing expression, yet it was as certainly becoming far more of a living thing than it had been, if a sinister one, far more alive than anything he had ever painted before. Call it portrait of a gentleman, said Harringay. A certain gentleman? Won't do, said Harringay, still keeping up his courage. Kind of thing they call bad taste. That sneer will have to come out. That gone, and a little more fire in the eye? Never noticed how warm his eyes was before, and he might do for. What prince passionate pilgrim? But that devilish faced won't do. This side of the channel. Some little inaccuracy does it, he said. Eyebrows probably too oblique. Therewith pulling the blind lower to get a better light, and resuming palette and brushes. The face of the canvas seemed animated by a spirit of its own, where the expression of diabrile came in from impossible to discover. Experiment was necessary. The eyebrows? It could scarcely be the eyebrows. Oh, we's at the little picnic spot, so there we go. We just did our whole little dirt ride. I guess we're going to put a pin in it right there for now. Oh, boy, that painting's driving him crazy. Sem-see. And we'll leave you with a couple of seconds of Big Old Rosie. Thanks for coming, guys.